Okay, now the story for Battleship, the video game, follows a character named Mathis, who is a soldier stationed on some, I don't know, some island. Doesn't really give us a name. Maybe it did. I didn't listen. I don't know. I don't care. Who doesn't talk, or just like many of the other characters, doesn't have a personality at all. And out of nowhere, he's stationed on this island, and aliens come out. Just aliens out of nowhere just come down from the sky and start whooping some ass everywhere, blowing things up, blowing battleships up. And now you and a bunch of fellow comrades and a fleet of your own battleships have to go out and stop these alien creatures from killing a lot of things. Well, that's pretty much the story in a nutshell, and boy, is it unappealing and downright horrible. The dialogue, when there is any, is typical military hoorah bullcrap, and it's laughably bad. The story is also only about 3 to 4 hours long, which is being generous, and with a story this light, it still feels like it's actually overstaying its welcome, because it's very simple. You just fight aliens, you're a soldier, you don't talk, that's it. It's a horrible story. I'm just going to move on to the sound. Now the sound. The voice acting in this game is not horrible, but it is very repetitive. I mean, you'll hear the same sentence from some guy that is on your intercom or whatever on your headset over and over and over again, like, oh, we're taking fire, oh, what are those things, whoa, I'm getting fired on, or whoa, I'm shooting that guy, or whoa, I'm picking my freaking nose. And I'm like, I'm tired of hearing the same dialogue over and over and over again. I mean, it gets really annoying. But the voice acting isn't bad. No one does a horrible job in here. There is some voice actors here and there that actually have roles besides just saying we're taking fire and stuff, and they do an okay job. So I have to say it's repetitive, really repetitive, but it's not terrible. The sound design, on the other hand, is very uninspired. The guns and explosions all sound alike, and they all sound like stock sound files that you could find on the internet anywhere, and it's uninspired, like I said. I mean, there's no other word to explain it. Oh, terrible. There you go. That's another word. And the soundtrack is only okay because it has a very military feel, which does match the game and doesn't get too annoying, unlike the obsessive shouting of freaking military terms and, oh, we're getting fired on and blah, blah, blah. Overall, the sound is average. I mean, it's lucky it's getting that average. Let's go on to the graphics. Now the graphics. There's nothing exceptional looking with Battleship the video game, but it isn't half bad either. The explosions look pretty good, some of the other effects look fine. Because you're on an island, there is plenty of water, which looks really nice. And I especially like how all the armor breaks off of the enemies that you shoot. It looked pretty cool. I actually really liked it. But there are negatives, and my main negative with the graphics are the environments. They look very uninspired, and they're extremely repetitive. I mean, every level looks exactly the same, and to be honest, I have a feeling that they just repeated some of the levels they used earlier in the game and put them in the game later on, because you'll never know, because everything looks exactly the same, but you'll find that you'll be coming back to environments that you've already seen before, and it's very lazy, it feels like. You'll also notice some blocky models, zero facial expressions because you never see anyone's face besides a freaking alien face, and muddy looking textures. Overall though, the game could look so much worse. Let's go on to the gameplay. Now the gameplay. The game is a straight up sci-fi first person shooter with only one thing kinda going for it, and that is the real-time strategy elements that are thrown into the game. There will be times when you need to control your battleships and attack alien vessels that are on sea. You direct your battleships by you point your little cursor on the screen and tell them, hey, attack that one, and your battleship will go over there and attack it. And you have to attack each one and make sure that your battleships don't sink or it's game over. Hey, just like the board game, ha ha ha. Now, while that is going on, you can also pick up little power-ups for each of your ships when you kill alien soldiers while you're on foot, just blasting away with your first-person shooting. Some of these power-ups will actually let you, upgrade your missiles for one of your battleships, or even let you control your battleships in real time and lay the smackdown on whoever you are fighting, which is a cool little feature. The RTS elements in the game is a neat feature, and it is done well enough to make it kind of fun, but it's not used enough, which is the sad thing, because now we get to the rest of the game, and oh boy, yeah. Now the rest of the game is straight up first person shooting, run around, dodge bullets, blow things up, and there is major problems with it. First major problem is that the game is incredibly short, only about 3 to 4 hours long, with absolutely no multiplayer and very limited replay value. Second, you only get 5 weapons to use, grenades, and a useless melee attack. All of these weapons are pretty lame as well, with only 2 of them being alien guns, which are pretty generic as well. All they are is a sniper and a machine gun, alien style. And third, the shooting isn't satisfying at all, and the difficulty spike comes out of nowhere, and it just makes the game frustrating. The game just gets really, really frustrating with all the enemy types and all the weapon types they just introduce out of nowhere, and it doesn't even help that the game's controls aren't that great. It's very slippery, even on the lowest sensitivity setting, and all these enemies that they introduce, like a hulking thug that comes out and pretty much kills you instantly, and freaking these metal balls that come out and explode, and little mine things that actually stun you in place so all the enemies can kill you. It's just really frustrating. The game's short, not that much fun at all, has very limited replay value, and it's extremely repetitive and frustrating. If you want to check it out, I have a complete playthrough of this game on my second YouTube channel. You'll see why I get frustrated. I have legitimate reasons, but overall this is yet another bad movie game to add to the pile that already exists. Do not play it because it is definitely not worth anyone's time. It's bad. RTS elements are okay, but that's about it. So anyway, there you go. There's my review for Battleship the video game. Definitely don't play it because it's a horrible game. Thank you and bye. Also, remember to follow me on Twitter and like my Gore the Movie Guide Facebook fan page. Links in the description. Thank you for watching this video, and goodbye.